Hey everybody, my name's Dr. Scott Giacomucci. I'm the director and founder of the Phoenix Center for Experiential Trauma Therapy in Media, Pennsylvania. I'm board certified in Sociometry, Psychodrama, and group psychotherapy, and an expert in traumatic stress. I'm really excited that you found this video, and I hope that you find it helpful in your work. So this video is part of an ongoing video series to promote my newly published book, Social Work, Sociometry, and Psychodrama, Experiential Approaches for Group Therapists, Community Leaders, and Social Workers. And this video is going to be devoted to Chapter 4 in the book, which is titled Social Work Philosophy Encounters Morenean Philosophy. So the first half of this video, we're going to explore Morenean philosophy, and in the second half of the video, we'll be looking at social work core values as they relate to Moreno's philosophy and the practice of sociometry and psychodrama. So another one of the core theories within Morenean philosophy is action theory. And Moreno really was inspired by the theater, where a lot of his, I don't want to say bias, but a lot of his influence related to being in action comes from. He believed that all human beings were improvising actors within the play of life, on the stage of life, or the world stage, and that we all were auxiliary egos for each other. We all were role players for each other on that stage. And so he believed that what was learned in action has to be unlearned in action. When we're wounded in action, it makes sense that the healing also has to take place in action. Even the term psychodrama, it literally means soul or psyche in action. So the experiential and action-based component of psychodrama is one of the things that really makes it stand out compared to other approaches. And particularly at the time when it was created, where really the only other psychotherapeutic approach was psychoanalysis. And psychodrama developed in direct opposition to a lot of core psychoanalytic ideas, one of which was the talking cure. Moreno really believed that talking was not enough, and that we had to move into action, that all insight and meaning making happens after action. That action precedes insight. And so this is really evident if you've ever seen a psychodrama session. It's one of the most action-based and experiential therapies available. It's also the first body-oriented therapy, and Moreno is quoted in saying that the body remembers what the mind forgets. Long before Bessel van der Kolk wrote his book, The Body Keeps the Score, where other trauma experts began talking about how the body and the nervous system are impacted by trauma and the presence of implicit memory. Moreno's ideas from 50, 100 years ago are really congruent with the new neuroscience about action. And so one of the most important findings in neuroscience research of the century, really, is that the brain continues to change and maintains its malleability, its ability to adapt and physically change, based on experience throughout the entire lifespan. So experience changes the brain. Not just early in one's life or until someone's 23 or 25 and their brain finishes developing, but throughout the entire lifespan. Experience changes the brain. And so this neuroscience finding really supports the use of psychodrama and other experiential therapies, which are unique in their ability to provide new corrective experiences, corrective emotional experiences. There's things that are possible in the psychodrama stage that would be impossible in real life. We could have a client talk to someone who died and have a new experience in relationship with that person for closure. We could have a client protect themselves at the moment of a trauma or threat, rather than being stuck with a memory of what happened. We can change that memory and create a new memory, a new experience. We could have an experience, provide a client with an experience of nurturing themselves at the time of trauma, of fulfilling unmet developmental needs that were not met throughout their life. We could have a client in a psychodrama have an experience with someone in their life that they really crave to experience, but is unlikely to happen in reality. In psychodrama, we can travel through time. We can have conversations with different versions of ourselves, with archetypes, with spiritual figures and historical figures. There's really no limit to where we could go in a psychodrama. Everything becomes possible on the psychodrama stage. So the surplus reality of psychodrama really provides endless possibilities for new experiences that change the brain. So action theory is again one of the core Morenean theories and part of Morenean philosophy. So if you found this video, I encourage you to check out some of the other videos on my YouTube channel here. I hope that you did find it helpful. Feel free to reach out to me if you have further questions. There's a lot more content about all of these ideas within Chapter 4 of my book, Social Work, Sociometry, and Psychodrama. Feel free to subscribe if you want to be updated about future videos. Subscribe to the channel here, or to leave a comment below about what you found helpful or what you'd like to learn more about for future videos. We really take some of your comments and feedback into consideration when thinking about future videos that we create.